All right, here we have something in summation notation. We have this big expression. We want to change this expression into summation notation. So first off, there's a few ways to do this, but I'll just pick on one way just to focus on it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms, so I'll start by writing n equals 1 to 6 to denote that I'm going to have 6 terms here. Next, now everything's got fractions except for these two, so I'm going to deliberately put over 1 and over 1 on those. And then I'll notice that that's 0 factorial, 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial, 4 factorial, and then 5 factorial. And so that's going to be over n minus 1 factorial. Because I'm starting on 0 factorial, 1 factorial, so if I start at n equals 1, then I need to have a 0 factorial, 1 minus 1 factorial on the bottom. Next, let's worry about the alternating signs. So I'm starting plus, then minus, then plus, then minus, and so on. And so there's going to be a negative 1 to a power here. And I will write this as negative 1 to the n minus 1. I need a minus 1 here because I want to start positive. So if n equals 1, then 1 minus 1 is 0, negative 1 to the 0 is plus 1, starts positive. On n equals 2, it'd be negative 1 to the 2 minus 1 is negative 1 to the first, and then that's negative. Next, we've got the powers of p to the something and then q to the something to worry about. The powers of p is going to be p to the 0. There's p to the 0, then p to the first, then p to the second, p to the third, and so on. So this will be p to the n minus 1. And then finally, for the q terms, if n goes 2, 6, 10, 14, and so that actually is an arithmetic sequence. And so the common difference is 4, and so we can write that as 4n minus 2 to form the exponents here. So that's one way of doing it. A second way of doing it, which is completely the same, except it just looks different, is to take the sum from k equals 0 to 5 as opposed from 1 to 6. Then the terms would go negative 1 to the k times p to the k, q to the 4k plus 2 over k factorial. And that kind of looks like what you see over here, except everywhere I see an n, I'm replacing by k plus 1, and that gives me the series that you see over here. So these two things look like they're different, but if you actually write out the terms, you get the same sum.